All right, let's talk about how much money the Pistons have left. And I think after signing Marvin Bagley, I think if that was the last move, it is said they have around 10 million left. So I have around $10 million left. So keep in mind that for the video I got coming up about the free agency, but they got $10 million left. And grading what Troy Weaver did in free agency. Uh, let's talk about it. What he, free agency. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Um, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop the video. So let's kind of see what they've done. And they picked up Kevin Knox. They brought back Marvin Bagley. They made two trades and then made another trade. We talking about outside of the draft. It was a separate trade. Well, they bought out Kemba Walker as part of off season. Um, uh, um, then they brought in Alex Burke and Nerlens Noel. So obviously, it wasn't the splash with Miles Bridges, and I don't think if Miles Bridges didn't, I don't know. I don't think if he didn't get in trouble again, I don't think the Pistons was going to take a chance on him. It looked like when they made that Knicks trade, which after the Knicks trade, they had enough money to get him. But after they made the Knicks trade, I think they still had enough money to get him. But to me, I don't think it was going to happen. I don't think Milwaukee did too much. They did draft Marshawn Beauchamp, but they ain't made a lot of moves. Indiana in rebuild mode, but I still think they'd be semi-competitive. Chicago, they got Drummond. They got somebody in the middle. They brought back Zach LaVine. So I think the Pistons did exactly what they were supposed to do this offseason. And I said it from the beginning. And what was the beginning that I said was they needed to walk away with a well-rounded offseason. They didn't need to put their chips into one spot. And that's what I said. They didn't need to put their chips into Miles Bridges. And after a while, the rumors heated up and it sounded good. And let's put all our eggs into the Miles Bridges basket. It sounds a few people around him, and it sounded good. But when you look at next offseason, Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, it's a lot of guys coming out next offseason. Who knows where we're going to be at in the draft? I think they will be able to fill that four role accordingly. And Anthony Edwards kind of made, because you heard about the trade with Rudy Gobert yesterday. Anthony Edwards actually said that he dissed Rudy Gobert. You know how Rudy Gobert is sensitive, but he dissed him, saying that he didn't see why he didn't really fear him going to the rim, and how he feared going up against Porzingis, and Porzingis was a better rim defender than Gobert, and he really didn't see why he was a 3-time defensive player of the year. Now they on the same team. Same thing with John Wall and Reggie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. Like, remember John Wall said, I'm getting paid the same amount as Reggie Jackson. So, I mean, you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you going to end up with, or, what team you going to be on, or whatever situation may be. You just never know. You just never know, man. So it's always wise to pick your words. But as guys, man, we able to get over stuff like that. Women hold on to stuff like that usually, but the moves that they made, the worst move they made was bringing back Marvin Bagley. For the amount of money they brought back Marvin Bagley for, they gave him $37 million over 3 years, very overpaid. But him and K fit together. But I don't think he was really worth that. I think he was worth the minimum. And I think the Pistons, like Marvin Bagley, they looked at the number 2 overall pick and they outbid themselves. But I think they took care of Marvin Bagley because they like him. But my opinion, he don't bring. He don't. I mean, as I said, bro, it's the worst move. It's the one move that kept them from having an A on my list. The amount of money they paid him and just bringing him back, it made no sense. Now it could be another move coming, but you're talking about Kelly Olynyk, Isaiah Stewart, Durham, Nerlens Noel. You do got two rim defenders in there, Nerlens Noel and Durham, but he ain't officially on the team yet until the trade go through. That's why now in the summer league roster, if you ain't seen my video, he was wondering. But Marvin Bagley, in my opinion, he not athletic. People got mad because I said that he not. He not a super athlete. He not gonna stay in front of nobody, and people just can't understand that. Just hit the four spot. I just don't. I don't like the rotation of big fellas they got. I love Kelly Olynyk, what he can bring, change of pace guy. I love what Durham bring. I love what Norwell's bring, rim defender. Get in there. But the other two, not an Isaiah Stewart fan. It's no offense to him. It's nothing personal. I'm not a Bagley fan. I didn't want mad they took a chance on Bagley. It was worth taking a chance on. But that for that amount of money, that was the worst offseason move he made. And Troy Weaver damn near had a perfect offseason. That was with or without getting Miles Bridges, obviously before all that happened. But I wasn't a fan of Marvin Bag. I mean, I'll continue to tell y'all why, bro. I mean, he don't defend. And when I go small ball, he's a liability. And when I go big, yeah, he get a couple rebounds, he can do a couple putbacks, but like Sacramento Kings say, I mean, he just is trash. I'm sorry, offensively, he can pick and roll and catch and get to the rim. He can post up, but he can't go this way. He can't dribble, can't pop and shot. I don't know, man. I feel he got a lot to work on, bro. And I just think it was a mistake 1 and 2 in that draft for him and Aiden. Aiden is by far better than him. Let me say that. But I just think when y'all gonna see, if they don't go out there and they don't find somebody that can stretch the floor and move their feet, defend at the fourth spot, that's their biggest mistake this offseason by far. By far. But it's the worst thing in free agencies. What kept him from having an A. Everybody know he was overpaid. Everybody know he didn't deserve to come back. I don't care what nobody say. He did not deserve to come back for that amount of money. And I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but he didn't deserve to come back for that amount of money. Nothing he done in his career said he deserved that money. And on top of all of that, he injury prone. But once again, I told y'all Tom Gores with the biggest Achilles heel about this organization. They run it like a mom and pop organization. Bill Davidson didn't run that shit like this. He didn't. The business. Adrian Danley was a business. Bobby Soar was a business at the trade deadline. Just my opinion. But it is what it is. But his best move in this offseason, I think was oh man. I mean this free agent period, not offseason. Not including draft. I like it's a tie for me. I like the Knick trade and I like bringing Kevin Knox. He was looking at Cam Thomas. I'm pretty sure he probably tried to get Cam Reddish from the Knicks. That would have took it over the top. That would have been by far the one. You know, uh, but yeah, I mean, I like the Knicks trade because you needed veterans. You needed veterans. All right, you needed veterans. You needed more rim protection because Marvin Bagley can't defend a loose leaf paper. Because you didn't know what you was gonna get. To me, you didn't know what you was gonna get with Jalen Durham. He's a rookie, youngest player in the league, youngest player in the draft, obviously. So you didn't know what you was gonna get from that standpoint of view. Continuing on, Isaiah Stewart, you don't know what you got there. Feet too heavy to be a stretch forward, too small to be a center. Kelly Olynyk can't defend, so you needed somebody else to be able to defend that rim. That's what it was. You needed somebody else to be able to defend the rim. And Alec Burke, they call him the piston killer. I didn't know he shot the ball that well. He can initiate, facilitate the offense. He can catch and shoot, get his own shot. So you needed someone. You needed a microwave. You needed a microwave type of player. You needed a microwave type of player. That's exactly what you need. You need somebody to heat up. You need somebody that can run the offense just in case. Um, he can defend. So yeah, you needed that. We needed that, and that was a really good pickup by them. And those the win, like I explained, it was a good pickup because you needed another rim defender to back up or assist. To assist, and he ain't gonna play a ton of minutes to assist Isaiah, to assist Jalen Durham. So yeah, you needed all of that, man, and it was a good overall pickup instead of waiting around, um, seeing what veterans you can get to piece together. You helped the Knicks. I ain't mad at it because we wasn't in the Jalen Brunson sweepstakes no more. Um, but you get two veterans to come there without worrying about picking up the phone and convincing this guy, that guy to come here. You got just that. Mobama would have been, even though he's still out there, would have been, you'd have been overshooting. I mean, JaVale McGee, you could have brought him in, but then again, you wouldn't have been able to pay um, Marvin Bagley, you wouldn't be able to overpay him. So, eventually it worked out well for them. And, the Kevin Knox deal, you needed somebody we could tap into the untapped potential who was done wrong. And when he did play, a certain amount of minutes with the Knicks when he was a rookie, he thrived. So, you give him a clean slate, you give him a second chance, which the talent is there, or he wouldn't be in the league. If it wasn't for the second chance, you give him a second chance, and you ball out. But overall, I get an off season B plus. It would have been an A had Marvin Bagley signed more of a team friendly deal, or had he not been brought back at all. But they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They checked off every box. Um, you know, they got more rim defense from Nerlens Noel. They got overall good player off the bench that can score some buckets and run the offense and assist and get his own shot. And Alec Burke, the bench looks strong. The only issue that really keep them from having the A is overpaying Marvin Bagley, and they have not been able to find a stretch four just yet. And they still don't have one on the roster. The closest thing they got to a stretch four is Olynyk or Isaiah Livers. And I think they need that starting caliber guy at stretch four. I think what you're gonna get is Bagley gonna start at center until Durant come around. And I know they're not gonna think starting Bagley and old boy Isaiah Stewart. They gonna be in contention for the number one pick next year. They do that. But B plus for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check Detroit Pistons to our playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit on notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop a video. And then you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Check the link tree. Find me on Twitch. That means find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. It's the first link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.